start a new recording. All right, we're gonna take it back again. We're gonna go through this trade that we all
and we're gonna start it with over 11,000 people trained, students. Show them what you, bro. Show them what you show me, bro. Let's go.
All right, bro. Our 1 a.m. Bitcoin trading session. All right. Okay. Got me loud and stuff. All right. So we see the supply zone here. We see the wicks, right? Again, I'm not getting super technical with these terms, but what we putting this in real English. All right. So every time we approach this area, sell off, sell off, sell off, sell off, sell off, sell off, right? Selling pressure is high. Buyers can't catch a break. However, we making these higher lows, which means the sellers are weakening, right? Buyers are like, hey, y'all not finna keep pushing this down. We trying to step in. That's what it means to me. That's how I'm breaking it down in my head. Like I'm not thinking this is a Tuesday upside down Neptune candle. I'm like, okay, buyers stepping in, buyers standing their ground, sellers are losing strength, right? So we get our next candle. All right, come on, candle me. Boom. This candle.
But hold on, real quick. What happened with that first candle that before it went that big, before you entered? What happened with that candle right there, Jordan? That one.
Moody wants. I'm Moody. We're not talking about the patterns, bro. We're putting it in English. Because people get confused when you say morning star, evening star.
No. See, I wasn't even going to talk about that. I was going to talk about more confirmation to your trend line.
I was talking about price action, bro. The low, the high, the close. Price. Right. Let's go strictly off price action.
Let's get it.
Let's get it.
You get in it. So, all right. This, like to Moody's point, ain't even come down to the trend line this time. All right. So again, the buyers stepping in a lot heavier than the sellers are here. So we get this close, this big push. We get a close above this supply zone. That's telling me, yo, buyers are done taking the seller's crap. We about to shoot up, right? That's my entry for a long position. All right, call it out. Where do we set our stop loss? Set our stop loss. First stop loss, if you want to be, a little safer, is below this low, right? I also wanted to put one like right here, just below this one, just in case, right? That's a little more risky stop. But, like I say, if you don't lose, why you need a stop loss, right? Cool. So let's keep it rolling. All right.
Okay.
Next candle. We retest. Hammer candle. Next candle. Right. We come back and we start to retest that zone again, which is fine. And this is the candle that everyone would have got shaken out on. Right. So this is where you run into that.
Can I ask a question?
Go ahead.
You said there's another hammer right there.
It is.
And I know you about to go crazy right here because you about to break this down. But before you break it down, you said hammer candle. What did that signify to you?
So I'm gonna get it, bro. So this is where people run into that. I got in the trade, it immediately reversed on me. I got out, or I got scared, I got out, right? Or as you're gonna see, I got out, and then it turns out I was right the whole time, and I got out for a loss, right? So for me, waiting on this candle close shows me that buyers are holding their ground. Sellers trying to push it back down. This is all it is a fight between buyers and sellers, right? And the buyers are like, yo, we're not going. The sellers it's like tug of war. If you think about these candles as tug of war, you'll see sellers trying to pull, and they pulling the buyers down, and the buyers start pulling back, right? And the buyers won the candle, right? So not because it's a red candle mean the sellers won, because we had this huge rejection, which is showing us that now this supply zone done turned demand, right? So what that means is, again, sellers was in control, buyers took control here, and now they holding their control. They're telling y'all you better respect us as buyers. Cool, all right? Give me my next candle. We come back in, retest it again. Like we know, breakout patterns are likely to retest. So that's why, again, we're not shaking out. We expect the retest. Bull flag breakouts, pennants, triangles, we know stuff is going to retest. So we're not tripping.
English, bro. Stop with the patterns.
Right. So we know we're gonna have pullbacks and retests to hold to see if the trend is correct or if the move is gonna hold true. And it did. Right. We still have our lower highs, higher lows. Sorry. We got our higher lows. Right. Give me another candle. Now we shot up and hit this first target. Why is this the first target? Because we see all these rejections over here. So we know price could get rejected here. So we're going to take profits as soon as it tags the spot. That's our first target if we're taking profits using orders to take profits. You want to live that no trim lifestyle. You holding in, right? Next candle. We holding at that level, which we know price is going to aggregate at this level, but we chilling. Next candle. All right, we up here now. So now you can do, go ahead and move that stop
can I
up.
say something? Can I say something real quick? All right, so look, real quick, so you guys can understand how to read candlesticks. That new candlestick, that green one, that is considered a pin bar, right? That is completely different than the hammers that he saw, right? Like that red hammer. So you have to identify with them, right? And when you see pin bars and they're breaking bull flags and they're landing on top of your support, more than likely they're going to continue upward. But go ahead.
Another thing, inside count. This is on the one. We're not going to break this down to the 3 and the 5 and all that, because I didn't break it down to the 3 and the 5. I was trading just off the one. All right. We also have an inside candle right here. What does that mean? Right? We have a new range created by this outside candle. This candle is inside of this one. This high is lower than this high. This low is higher than this low. All right. So when you see a break above the high of that outside candle, you look for it to continue in that direction, which we got here. So this was another potential trade entry. You got the break of this to say, yo, this is bullish for real, right? Inside candle is kind of like, hey, buyers and sellers are still fighting. Can't nobody outdo what just happened on the last candle. But buyers said, hey, yo, we got this joint. Cool. Buyers got it. Next candle. We still moving up. All right, we getting a little rejection, but we ain't tripping, right? Again, move your stop up. At this point, there's no reason you should go red on this trade. You can't lose. You already up. Why would you lose? Next candle. What we do? Hit the second target. Why is that our second target? Because over here, we see these rejections right here. So we know, hey, it's a chance if we go up here, price might reject and this might drop back down. So instead of us letting that happen, we can potentially take our profits. Or if you trim gang, you stay in it. What up?
Can we give a little strat love? Can we mention that PMG, how it took it all out to the left?
Talking about here?
No, all the way to your left. When you were talking about your second target.
This?
All the way to the left. When it took out your second TP? Yeah. When you was right there. Go back one more. Go to the other top of that, to the right, right there. That whole PMG right there, from the top down. All those wicks. No. Go back up. Start from the red candle. The top of the wick of that red candle and all those top of the wicks. Them higher lows.
Oh.
Or higher.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like, but hold on. What? Wait.
You kept looking at the PMGs that it took out. I'm talking about the PMG that the live was taking out.
Mm-hmm. I was like, the one that it formed is what you were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So there we go. We actually went ahead and hit target 3 on this same candle. Give me another candle. This is just because I'm Jordan, so we get that candle. Give me another candle. This is Jordan candles, right? And so that's just how I was looking at it. Then I flipped over to the 2-minute and I put on the Heikin-Ashi candles, because the Heikin-Ashi candles are going to help you stay in that trade longer. What I should have did and what I thought about doing was keeping it on the 1 Heikin-Ashi. And if you looked at staying on the 1 Heikin-Ashi, then you would have got out right here. All right, once we had this red close, you would have got out. All right.
Oh my God.
So that means
I would have got at the top.
So that means your exit would have been right here. And if we flip it back to regular candles.
But Jay, on the Heikin-Ashi, why would you know when to get out right there?
Right. So the Heikin-Ashis are going to be real good for helping you look at trend and trend reversals. Right. So 2 things, because I actually low-key just capped. You would have got out on this candle. What I put originally was, it's right here. Take a 50% trim when the lower wick closes, right? And this is going on the 1, not the 2. The 2 ended up having us take profit 3 original spot. So we still took profit at TP3. But this wick is showing us that momentum is potentially starting to shift with these candles and trend might change, which we got. All right, if you come back, if you look over here, let's go to, it's a little easier to see on a bigger time frame.
I'm moving at 3.
Yeah, let's go one more, just to look at the Heikinashi, right? So like a lot of times with Heikinashi, when there's a strong trend, you're gonna see candles like this where there's no lower wick, right? Even if there was a low made on the candle, there's no lower wick, right?
That's right.
And we're on a regular candle. That's why you don't see this crap. There we go, Heikinashi. No lower wick, no lower wick, no lower wick.
I was trying to interrupt you for that, but
no, I caught it, bro. I caught it because I was like, wait a minute. I looked at the low price. I actually looked at it.
But that's why I was like, you smart as fuck, because it's like you was explaining the Heikinashis on that candle.
On a real candle.
Yeah.
I'm wild. But yeah, so you would have got out here once you saw this candle come in. That's a red showing we're about to switch trend. And you had a lower wick. Right. So this would have been the exit on the 1 minute. And then you see that after this candle, it did reverse and come all the way back down.
Right? Beautiful PMG.
But on the regular candle,
can I say something?
Cover, no.
Hey, if you hit that, let's say you get out on the first.
Got a cup of handle forming on the 1.
You ever do a re-entry?
Yeah.
What'd you say, Raymond?
So when you think, go somebody.
Raymond.
Okay, so if you get out, let's say you get out after you hit your first target because you're a little anxious. Do you ever get back in, do a re-entry?
Let's see. If you got out on that first one, do you get back in? I would get back in when we push above this zone. When we push above this, I would go ahead and get back in. That's me. So right here, live candle, once we break above this high over here at 21,177 on this candle, I'm like, oh snap, yeah, we just broke above this triple top level. I'm gonna get back in because it potentially could reject. If it rejects, I'm fine with that. I'll just close it. All right. But if it goes above and breaks above this triple top, I know we shooting up. So I'm willing to risk that little rejection money to capture the gain from if we break through and hold above that. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Let me ask something, Joe.
So what's up?
Psychologically, it'll go up because it's after the triple top as well, because the pattern has finished it already.
So that triple top, some people call that a rectangle pattern. And when it went below under 3 and 2, you have a area down there of support. I mean, yeah. And so when it went down, it broke it kind of, but it didn't retest. It continued that uptrend and went through. So
that's your bullish diversion right there.
That's what I'm saying. But if it could have, when it retested where you say long entry, the candle before it go down like past 3, where 3 is. No, go down to your see where you have long entry, your first long entry right there. Yeah. When it retested there, that could have shot down though, coming out of that rectangle, right? But it didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even it, so this could have, right? And we already established our trend line support. Right?
That's right.
So we're not tripping on that. And even if it did shoot through here, then we could have looked to go short. If it shot through here, and especially if we took out like these 2 lows, we could have looked to go short on these 2 lows, like one candle, or a close below here. We could look for the, right? So if we did break below here, I would have drew it just like this. Come down, retest this level. We're going to come back and possibly retest here. And then we're going to continue shoot down, tag this level. and then, you know, possibly come back to retest this level and then continue down.
Come down.
Right?
And should take out all those wicks.
Yeah. I mean, that's the same basic concept I had with this. You know, we break out, we might
Mhm.
come down, retest here, then shoot here. We might come retest here, then do. But instead, we just shot on up.
It's because you never know what the market's gonna do. You just have the understanding of this is the sentiment, this is what I would do, and I know I would take the trade around here, right? But it can happen before or after. You know what I'm saying? That's where patience comes in at, or hey, boom, it happened, and that's where discipline comes in at. Hey, I got my profit, get out. Boom. All right, I'll take that. Or if you had your TPs, you start to trim in those areas.
Now what I was getting at is that long entry, because it didn't shoot down,
So look, it's
and it
gonna
started
break
going
out
up,
again
it
right
created an
now.
uptrend, and that's where you drew your trend line from, and that's where you said, hey, now I'm waiting for that break above it, test, and then shoot. That's what I'm saying, because it didn't break.
Jordan is gonna break
When it
out.
went below support, it
I
went
see.
down and back up. Yeah. So you saw, that's what I'm saying. It could have retested off at support, and that support could have been resistance and shot down, but it didn't. And when it broke that, you said, okay, it's forming an upward trend. And that's when you set all your other stuff up. That's what I was kind of asking.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes sense. If I'm confusing,
Mm-hmm.
that's a happy face. That's like a happy meal, man.
Yeah, it's
MSC
the
happy
pattern.
meal.
It's the
The happy J.
Yeah, I'm just
Alright,
waiting for that
start
blast off with that cup and handle.
See,
Alright,
Jordan
start.
like that horse. Yeah, see, I love drawing on trust.
Yeah, he like a horse.
Hey, bro. Yeah, I be doing that too, bro. I'm like, you put that out there, I'm like, yo, I be doing that too.
That's fire, bro. You get bored on the chart.
So, but just imagine this is him still in the trade and he drawing on the chart. So that's the difference, right? That's the experience. We you know, palms sweaty. I mean, my palms not sweaty, but you know, some people palms sweaty, nervous, and my man drawing eyeballs and eyelashes on the chart.
Yeah, bro.
And people pinging him, yo, what's going on? Like we coming down. And he's like, oh, yeah, we good. I mean, you know, we good. Calm down.
No, we about to blast off, bro.
That's the difference.
Try a little bit.
I got y'all. Calm down. Like, I got y'all.
What do you think would happen? What do you think would happen if we sent this chart out to one of those companies that let you trade FTMO or something and say, hey, here's one of my charts. How you
Oh, look at it. Watch it break out. Hey, bro, go to the 5 minutes.
It's making the ear. It's making the ear over there. You got the ear. That's not a handle. That's the ear.
Oh, funny, bro.
There we go. Bro. What is it trying to take out? Oh, it's about to take it out. Okay.
It gotta take over.
Oh, it's coming down.
It tested it.
That don't mean nothing. It's coming down. Go to the 3 minutes.
What it's doing is hitting that previous resistance and making other support. What it's doing. Yeah.
It's trying to broaden this formation.
Yeah.
See, that 1 minute will trick you out. That's that handle is creating.
Yeah, that 1 minute trick you out.
This dude would go to 1.5.
1.5. I didn't know that was an actual
go to 4 minute and 6 minute. There you go.
You can't bro.
Hold on. You got the 30-second chart?
Nah, bro. I gotta pay extra for that, bro.
The 30 seconds? Oh, you gotta get that 30 seconds, bro.
What about ticks for futures?
I think I did buy the futures thing.
You gotta
there you go. Told you. I told you.
The time frame.
Bye-bye.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly. See? Exactly, bro.
That bitch be trying to take forever.
It's the smiley face pattern, bro.
Yeah. So he drawn, and then look, Jordan. This is what people were like, yo, do we take profits right here?
That's a fact. That is a fact.
Oh man, Jordan, we take profits, yo.
Not yet.
It's the what's the stop loss on this one? There's not a stop loss. What do you mean?
When you don't lose, you don't put a stop loss.
What are you talking about?
I stopped losing years ago. What you talking about?
Friday
instead of a stop loss.
It's going down.
It's going down. What are you doing?
Quick question. Quick question. This is the cup and handle, right? So if I was playing this one, I played for the break of what candle?
The handle.
Which you would pay you would get in at on something like that. The actual, I'm talking about which candle.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Candle.
Show 'em, Jordan.
Which candle would you jump
Well,
into?
I was in texting Loretta.
Oh, my bad. The top of the handle, though, that pin bar and that red
Oh.
candle, that's your entry right there. So you take it on that live green candle that's breaking it.
I'm
That
talking
candle.
Okay, so now you wait on the test, or I can just wait on the test that same area again, and if it hold, I can get in.
Why would you do that? You just, I'm confused. You were saying your
Like, if
entry, right? So
I'm just icing now. If I miss that candle there, I can just wait for it to test that area again. If it hold, then I can get in, right?
yeah, but I wouldn't have that mindset. I just
Quit missing your
that's
entry.
that I wouldn't want to have a mindset of trying to, oh, I missed it and trying to get in. If I missed it, I'm on to the next trade.
Right there.
Okay.
That's how you lose money, because look at what's about to happen. You know what I'm saying? Watch what's about to happen. He is
Well,
scalping.
we got a double handle forming.
Yeah, bro. We call this the D Wiz pattern.
You see what's happening?
Yeah, baby.
And you're gonna get out your trade right there, because you're gonna be like, dang, man. That's the retest. I wouldn't even want to get that retest though. I'm good on that retest. I'll take the breakout. Or you could take that top of that breakout. You see that break? You see how he's making that range? You could take the top of that, or you could take the top of the first red candle that went down.
It do not look the same on the two. Oh my god.
Yeah, the 1 minute looks best for Bitcoin.
Yeah.
You would have missed.
Yeah.
You would have missed all your entries on the 2 minute.
Yeah.
You can't go from small time frame to big time
Yeah,
frame. You gotta go big to small. You see what's happening, Luther?
Look at that. Yeah.
That's why I say you don't want to have that mind frame. Now theta's ripping you apart.
Unless
it's
you
Bitcoin.
trade.
Yeah.
Because you went weekly.
Yes.
And if you went heavy, if you sized up, that's even killing you more. Why? Because that's not your normal risk. So now that you're down 10%, whatever the case may be, 5%, it's worse because it's a bigger dollar amount. That's just what I tell myself.
Yeah, you miss your entry, just move on, bro. Like I try to chase and I'm like, damn, now my average. So now I need a bigger move to even be in profit. And somebody else, Jordan, could be in profit 10%. And I'm like, damn, I'm not in profit yet. Because I need a bigger, the candle that he got in profit, I'm negative. So like you miss your entry, just move on.
Or you could wait for a reversal back up.
Yeah.
Like right now it hasn't reversed.
You can wait for a reversal. Yeah.
I'll be sick. I'll be in hope mode right now.
Yeah,
Straight up.
Like he drew that arrow for a reason. That red candle most likely will go to his demand.
Oh yeah.
If it doesn't hold the bottom of the yellow line of the bottom of his handle, if it doesn't hold that, it is a wrap. If that candle starts to close under that white line, it is a wrap.
Mm-hmm.
You see how that green candle is going to try to force its way up? That's what it needs to do on that candle. If it doesn't do it, it is a wrap.
Hey, I'm out.
Yeah, I would have been already out anyway.
It's already under your entry.
Yeah, I would have been already out.
Breakout entry.
Yeah, I would have been out already.
10-4.
Because I would have saw that we're not holding price anymore at that 21.51 level. So I'm done. I'm out.
So I'm out on this close below the outside bar low. So this is like the difference between I'm not getting shaken out over here, right? And it goes without saying, like, ain't no cap in the rap, because y'all saw this live. Like, this was all live. And live now, I'm like, yo, I'm done right here. It's because this is breaking that pattern bearish, right? We had the inside bar, like we talked about, over here. right? Same thing. It broke out bullish on this candle, closed above, shot up. This inside bars closed below. So I'm like, oh, well, we probably going bearish.
Perfect
I'm out.
explanation.
All right. And that's why I'm out.
That is fire, bro. Perfect explanation.
Thank you, bro. Thank
And that shows where and I appreciate that because that shows my inexperience that I need to be paying attention to things like that and understand that the candle's talking to you. You got to just understand you're wrong. And I'd have been hoping right there. And I'm telling you, I've been like, okay, I'd have been hoping and praying right there.
That
Just
ain't a
hope-
good strategy.
man.
That ain't to
That
say
is-
it's gonna ultimately fail, but I'm not hoping. I ain't
Yeah.
hoping none.
Yeah. And I'm saying that's why I appreciate that.
Right now it's going to be choppy, bro, because all the move happened, all the excessive explosive move like D-Wiz speaks about. When you have an explosive move to the upside, you get an explosive move to the downside. Look at his trade, how it exploded to the upside, then it exploded to the downside. It consolidated, then started breaking out when it started giving you bull flags. And he took that trade again and gave you TPs. After that, it's exhausted now. Now it's going to be choppy again, or it's going to do whatever it wants. But after those two trades, sizing your positions correctly, you're done trading for the day. Jordan probably made what? Anywhere between $3 to $7 grand. Why do you want to trade it after that? I just say that because I know me and him we be trading together, and I be knowing what his position is sizing. There's no reason to
I
trade
be
after
feeling
that.
with call outs in the group. I'll be like, dang, they want me to call more stuff out, but I'm really done.
Mhm.
Like, bro,
And then he
didn't you
starts
just see
calling.
we just
He starts calling lottos. That's when he starts calling lottos. I promise you, we be done in the morning or in the or before like late lunchtime, and now he want to keep trading. I don't understand that about him. That's why I say, and the reason I don't understand is that's when I say my bag is not set up like his. I don't understand it.
So after moves like that, how long usually does it take for a move to develop again, like within a range meter?
Ain't no really
Like for instance, if that happened at like 10:30 and it was like 2 or 3 moves like that within that hour to 2 hour span, how long while the market is consolidating for maybe some more volume or people to jump in to move to the upside or downside again?
I think that depends on what you're trading.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It depends
Yeah,
on
it
what you're
definitely depends
trading,
on
and it
trading.
depends on your candlesticks. The candlesticks will tell you, right? Because there's no way, even though how I be saying how I learned it from Sarah, the flip hour, if we're bullish or bearish for the first hour of the market, it turns around for the next hour, right? You could go to the charts. It literally does it every single time, right? So the thing is, you can't time the market because it's like it doesn't happen every single time at 10 o'clock or 10:30. Sometimes it happens at around 10 o'clock, 10:05. Sometimes it happens around 10:30, 10:35 or 10:45, or sometimes it happens at 11 o'clock, right? But it's just patience. They're trying to trick people out their trades. They know what they're doing. So it's just patience, and that's why I always preach reading the candlestick. Because when you can identify with the candlestick, that's why I was like, Jordan, tell them what that means with the hammer. You know what I'm saying?
Is you going to
Yeah,
push?
that's fire.
Is that
off that retest.
Okay. Quick one more question about that inside bar. Are you using that inside bar as another demand zone or support supply zone when you're putting that just in case you're just using that if it comes back into that zone that inside bar, I can take a trade like that?
So yeah, it did end up forming that. So that's exactly what it ended up just happening was looking at the break of it here, it tested as resistance here, held as resistance, came down, tested as resistance again, tested as resistance again. And then on that retest, I'm like, oh yeah, shit, let's go, you know? And there we go.
So that's the
He
inside
also
ball.
made a head and shoulders too.
Damn, man, how you doing that shit?
Damn.
Man, shit crazy, man.
Man, bro, I just realized you don't even have no volume on. I was looking for the volume. That's not even there. Like,
Bro.
yeah.
I candles. I mean, you know,
Yeah,
I've heard
hey,
like, you know,
I mean, yeah.
candles.
Damn, that's a hell of a. And that red candle, the not the one that's forming right now, but that one next to it, that's an inside.
Luther, what pattern is it making right now before it breaks it? What pattern is that you see? All those candles. Don't do nothing like that, Jordan. Not the cup and handle or anything. These new, that's is a head and shoulders, and the bottom of his white line is the neckline.
Yeah.
Shit, I don't
Where the
see.
handle is, it was the first shoulder. See where the handle is? That's the first shoulder.
Facts.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Fry Daddy.
No, I'm just that's the first head, that's the first shoulder. And then if you see the first two white lines on that green candle, that's his area that's got to come back into for the second shoulder. And then the bottom white line is your neck line that says when you get in there, it's where you enter your trade.
Exactly. So,
all right, so y'all see all this knowledge this man got on these charts, and y'all be wondering why I be jumping in these trades without asking a question.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Hey, Quinn, yo, yeah.
I love it.
Bro. What's the strike?
Huh?
What's the strike expiration? Yeah, bro, I'm getting that.
At the money weekly. He go at the money weekly.
Exactly.
So we in there.
You in it? You in? Did you?
You in, bro?
You called it.
Hey, what I say? It was.
So you know we up 10%. We'll be stop loss. 10%.
What brokers, bro? You tell me. Hey, it's going back through, man. It's killing it.
I told it was gonna
It's
go
going on
back to
back
that red
to bro.
Hey, bro, can you draw out the head and shoulders for them? Draw out that head and shoulders so they can see like the head, the neck, all that.
Oh, bro, because that show wasn't.
It also looked like a middle finger. You know what I'm saying? Some say it look like a head, shoulder, look like it right there. See?
Yeah, just draw the different color. Draw the different color so they could it could spot on. Yeah, we for the people. We truly want y'all to learn this.
That's what that head and shoulder say if you in calls.
Yeah. It was going down.
Look at that.
Yeah, bro.
That bottom white line.
Hold on, let me get this
line.
other stuff out of the damn way.
Exactly, man. If you want to learn how to trade patterns, use the 1 minute. They play out all the time.
Yeah, I like it, bro. Because you got how many candles in a day in 1 minute? How many?
Hey, man, this
Jordan already knows. He done did the math. He sold it about 4 months ago. He told us. I can't remember though.
I need a rewind on that, man.
You need a rewind on this one too?
Real, man.
Share it, bro. Share that.
My laptop on 6%. We done ran my battery down on this 5 hours. I got you though. I got you. Wait, tell me where
he want to see that whole head and shoulder form, bro.
Nah, but look, Luther, what time frame you trade on, bro?
Huh?
What time frame you usually trade on?
The 15. I've been trying to go from the hour to the 15.
I'm gonna tell you.
5.
So Jordan, you can't break it
all
down
of that
from a 1 minute time frame if he's trading a 15 minutes, bro.
No. The reason why I want him to do it, I'm just trying to see it ain't even about the trade now. It's just about the process.
Yeah, candles are.
Yeah, but Luther, the process gonna be different from a 1 minute time frame.
Yes, thank you, Dennis. Thank you.
Yeah.
So he can explain the process right now on this 1 minute time frame, but if you switch to a 15 minute, the process is going to be totally different.
You ain't gonna see none of that.
You on fire, Dennis.
You used to work, Dennis,
bro.
He's a CIA member, bro.
Yeah, I'm trying to
is 100% correct. Like candlesticks are candlesticks, but the thing is, you're trading off a 15-minute time frame. That 1 minute time frame, you just missed all that move. Just count the candlesticks.
You never know it's there.
You in a 15-minute candlestick. Once you count 15 candlesticks on that 1 minute, you lost that trade, bro.
Hit 15 minutes, Jordan. Hit 15 minutes. Hit 15 minutes. Look at that. It's ugly. It's like the stepsister you didn't want to marry. What's it?
Yeah, exactly.
The yeah.
Ugly Mo Pro right there, bro. That's
So,
ugly.
yeah,
Wait a
so
minute.
Luther, that's what you see on the 15-minute.
Talking about, bro. That's ugly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You would have been out. Bro.
Yes, you miss everything, bro.
Look, you see the cup and
You
handle
gotta
that
get
he
detail,
saw?
bro.
Look at
It's like
yo,
picking
show
out
him
that
the real.
You gotta look. Oh, that's women on here.
Yo, Jordan, show him the cup and handle. Show him the cup and handle on that chart right there. On the 15-minute. No, on the 15, right there on this chart. Just make it bigger. I can see it on the bottom.
Yeah.
Like you see that big cup and then the handle. Yeah. You see, that's the cup and handle you would have saw. You would have never saw what Jordan would have traded.
That looked like a broke off Kit Kat.
That mug funky, bro. I don't even want to draw.
It's a broken Kit Kat right there.
I would have said head and shoulders. You would have saw that one.
But what I'm trying to do, okay, I understand that part. But if you go back to that 1 minute, I do go out to the 2 minute too. But I'm just trying to see where he did with that.
Like at 1 minute,
Luther, I'm trying to help you, bro. You think that's gonna help you, but it's not gonna help you, bro. It's impossible. It's like the reason why. The only thing that would help you from that 1 minute to understanding how you trade is like understanding the candlesticks, the individual candlesticks. But if you're trying, and I understood that, bro. But if you're trying to understand anything that he did, I promise you, bro, it's gonna F up your psychology. On trading.
I'm talking about how he did that inside. He did the inside bar. And he made the 2 lines right there before it dropped.
Right. Did you look at the individual candle though?
I'm trying to think. I'm trying to get in my mind that he made them 2 lines. What did he make them 2 lines for? Just to make sure.
Exactly.
It's just the high and low of this candle.
Yeah. And I didn't want to interrupt you when you was asking him. And I remember you always remember when I brought this out to your attention, when I was like, you hear something and then you start implementing it so quick. I had said supply and demand, and Jordan knew what he was doing. Now that you're hearing supply and demand, you're going like all he did was draw a high and a low on a 1 minute chart. On a 1 minute chart, that has no kind of respect on a 15-minute chart because it's not there, right? So you seeing that and you thinking supply and demand, the thing is the move is going to be so much more larger on that 15-minute chart. So the best thing to do, like if you want to understand that inside candle, is for Jordan to go to a 15-minute chart and show you a breakout from an inside candle from a 15-minute chart, because psychologically these candles they're not going to be the same as the 15-minute chart, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I would like to see that. I would like to see see that real. I don't know if you can show that. I don't know.
Yo, Luther, I ain't gonna lie though. Yeah, of course, anybody can show that, but nah, I just want to show the value of this group, and I mean this with the kindness of my heart. Yeah, he could do that on a 15-minute chart. That is like a membership program. You know what I'm saying? That's 15 minutes. To show that on a 15-minute chart, that's an automatic like, man, let me get at least an hour, right? Because a half an hour is going to give me 2 candles. An hour is going to give me 4 candlesticks to see if that move will even break out. But this is MSC, you know what I'm saying? Ask those questions, but I say those things so people could understand the value of this stuff, right? Because even the members are speaking about it. And I want people to understand that. Why? Because I really want y'all to get a lifetime subscription before the price continues to go up, because you'll be stuck with us for life. But yeah, go ahead, Luther, my bad.
Yesterday's price,
15 minutes.
Today's price.
Fat joke. Yeah.
It's different when you see Jordan on his phone over there, just simultaneously all comfortable, and then just go on a chart and just like, all right, y'all, let's do it again. Y'all gave me energy, and it's just like boom, and it's so effortlessly. But he's also looking at that chart and saying, okay, it's time to do it again. You know what I'm saying? So he has that skill set. You know what I'm saying? And everybody will develop that within time. You know what I'm saying? All you have to do is just continue practicing. Just like you see us right now on the charts, and I'm not even on the charts. Jordan's on the charts showing you guys this. Look, this is just MSC Club. He could be doing anything else, but you can too. But imagine when the Zoom is off, when the cameras is off. Are you doing this? Because that's why Jordan continues to get better. Because when this camera goes off, he's doing this. And then he gonna wake up Moody and D-Wiz like, yo, look what's going on with Ethereum. Yo, look. And now we're like, oh, now we can't sleep, right?
Hey.
But that's that motivation.
Hey, how are you writing them notes on there on TradingView?
It's a text button. Yeah, it's a text button that you can right there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I hope y'all was watching. He drew this trend line, and that candle. Look, y'all watch that candle struggle trying to break above that resistance level. So, like, Moody was just talking, but hey, it was some magic working back here where y'all can actually see this thing in action. So,
Luther normally goes to sleep on leaves us, man.
He know that, bro. He do that on purpose. He do that on purpose.
Man, my laptop.
Hey, bro, you gotta change my name back, man. You got these folks thinking I'm only taking EVA trades, man.
Yo, Jordan, he trying to come back.
I'll think about it.
Quit taking even trades.
Jordan on the charts and he trying to come back. Look, he woke up.
It's over, bro. It's over, man.
I apologize.
This trader relationship
bro, like,
is
yo,
done.
I'm getting messages. You only take EVA trades, bro? I'm like, nah.
Hey, Jordan, this is. I know what I'm trying to do is that I see you putting your lines in there and you're trusting your lines, whatever you see. And that's nice there, man. That trend line, it respected. I would have got shook out as soon as it broke through there, man. I would have
Why? Why?
Because he was on 1 minute, bro. He saw that.
It didn't close it. It didn't close above it.
It didn't close.
He saw that red candle.
It's rejecting
above it.
I see what he's talking about. I see what David Lee is talking about. I'm talking about for me, mentally.
Then stop. Stop.
Yeah.
Like you
Moody
see,
said
Like,
something
look,
about
this is what's gonna help him, Jordan. Jordan, all right,
Yeah.
I got a question for you. Why, when you drew that trend line,
yeah.
I want to understand your process. What is
Watch your support, though. Watch your support.
I understand that you keep acknowledging when the candle closes, but can we go behind the psychology and the endurance and the practice? Like, why is it that like you're able to do that? Is it the repetition? Like, what is it? Regardless if it's a 1 minute chart, a 3 minute chart, a 5 minute chart, you continue to perform at a high level and you continue to persevere, right? Regardless of the fact. So what we want to understand as a community is, why is it that you don't get faked out these trades? And when you draw these lines, that you specifically follow your rules? How is it? Because I'm seeing that you're following your rules. What is keeping you disciplined? Like, how can I become Jordan Jr.?
Basically, my man just won
Change
the
your
Super Bowl. 30 seconds left. 4 for
Hey,
1.
all right, look, my laptop is on 1% right now. All right.
Plug it up.
My laptop's on 1. I ain't plugging this up, man. I gotta drive to Atlanta in the morning. It's 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock.
Uber.
Oh no,
Uber.
you gotta get
I
up.
need to take a shower. I need to eat. All right. You want the deep reason or you want the chart reason?
Whichever reason comes
We
to your
want your
heart.
heart, your mind.
Luther, what reason do you want?
The deep reason.
The deep reason is okay. All right, I said I wasn't gonna plug my laptop up.
Uh-oh.
Hold on.
You see, you chose the right
now.
question, bro.
Hold
You
on.
chose the right
Hold
question.
on. Let me
But
do
Jordan has to
something.
get some sleep so he could drive.
Hold on 1 second. Let me do something real quick.
And just put that thing on autopilot. You good.
Hold on.
See that break of support of resistance of the trend.
I don't know. I'm on the chart. Hold on.
Talk
You
about
gotta
D,
break it.
Wiz.
You gotta break it down to length.
Who put that on my name? No longer lose and lose.
Hold on. Jordan gonna be back. You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
not
He gonna
gone.
be right. Oh, he not gone? Oh, see, look, he
I
there.
switched to the phone.
You got
Put that
people
troll
turning
back
on.
up,
You
bro.
got people turning on their cameras, bro. They want to hear this, bro.
Here waiting.
Y'all so
The
funny, bro.
the deep reason, not your why, but the deep reason. We need to understand how are you able to follow these rules and stay disciplined.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna give y'all the full reason. It's all psychological, but it's like this is the deep reason. I guess we can get to a technical reason later, even though I teach the class all the time. The deep reason is y'all finna get it from me. Y'all finna get it from me, bro. The deep reason is I don't have another choice. All right. That's the deep reason. The deep reason is I don't have another choice but to make sure I stick to these rules, but to make sure that I understand how to draw stuff correctly, but to make sure that I'm able to pull money out of whatever market I'm trading whenever I want to, on whatever time frame I want to. Because how else am I survive? Like, on one front, how else am I survive? Right? I'm not gonna go get another job. So that's one side. Second side is if I didn't do this on the real, I would just be a Discord owner, manager, and what would be the difference in being like, oh well, Zay's making his own group, so I'm gonna go over there because Jordan's not trading. You know, Zay trades, Jordan's not trading, right? So the real is any one of my moderators can leave and I'm gonna still be able to hold it down. And y'all gonna be like, shit, I'm gonna join they stuff too because I fool with Moody, but I'm not leaving Jordan's because Jordan, crypto, stocks, Forex, 1 minute, 5 minute, 2 days, whatever chart, whatever currency, whatever, Jordan's gonna help me trade that motherfucker and make some money. So I don't care. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm holding myself down because I rock with my people, but you never know. And if Moody left tomorrow, if Zay left tomorrow, if Avery left tomorrow, if any of them folks left, I'm not going to be sitting here scrambling. Hell no, I'm going to be on the charts, running my stuff. Go. So that's why, like, no choice, bro. So I'm going to get after this. I'm going to make sure my shit is straight. And that's it. So that's the deep reason. That's the deep reason.
That man talking. That man talking.
Before you go to the chart reason, my brother, don't ever worry about that. You know what I'm saying? I shall always be my brother's keeper. And what was the chart reason, my brother?
The chart reason is the repetitions, it's the studying of myself. It's the studying of myself with the chart. So Luther, for example, but not Luther's example, right? After seeing that you would have got faked out so many times, at what point do you say, damn, let me loosen my stop because I'm getting stopped right before it goes my way, right? How do I do this? And that's what I went through, right? So I'm like, okay, I'm getting out when it tags the trend line, thinking that it's pulling back and I need to get out, but then it bounces off the trend line. Maybe if I wait for a trend line for it to close below the trend line, then I'll know it's broken trend. But if it bounces, I'm still in, right? And so it's literally taking those as soon as that happens. I'm not waiting. I'm not going to be saying I got stopped out early for 3 months before I make a change. Nah. Next day, I'm like, all right, bet. So yesterday, SPY came, hit the trend line. I got in calls. It bounced up, came back down, hit the trend line. I got out to test the trend line. Today, it needs to close below that trend line. I'm not getting out. Comes back, touches the trend line, bounces up. I'm still in. I make my money. I go by my day. Instead of being like, dang, I would have got cut out. Dang, I had paper hands. Dang, I was weak. Dang, nah. Right? So that's the chart reason.
Can I get the deep reason one more time? Because we just had some new people join the chat and the Zoom right now. So can I get that? Can I just get a small recap of the deep reason Why?
He can't do that again.
No, I'll tell
He
you.
pulled his
I'll
heart
tell
out.
you.
I don't like that word. That
No.
word, that word is
That's
not in my brother's vocabulary.
No,
Can't,
Moody, let me
can't not
break
there.
it down, bro. Let me break
That's
it
a
down.
fact.
Let me break it down. I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you because this was my
Let's
reason,
go.
right? This
Let's
was
go.
when we had I think we had a Zoom or somebody had a question of taking profits because I had a problem taking profits. I'm up 10, 20%. I ain't take profits because I'm like, that's not good enough. I want 30, 40. And then now I'm negative, right? Because I have a fallback plan. I have a full-time job that I can fall back on. If this trading thing doesn't work, I'm good. All right, it didn't work. Okay, I lose a couple of money, but I still got a check coming. The difference that Jordan say, bro, it ain't no backup. This is it. Like this trading has to
No.
Bro,
That's a
this
fact.
has to work. I have to take profits at 10, 20% because there is no backup. I don't have no vacation time.
All right,
There
so
is no.
let me show you. Let me just show you something, my brother, because I love you, Dennis. Let's talk about Dennis. Let that energy that Jordan just gave you. Let me hear some more whys, my brother, on why.
So that's
you are
the why,
disciplined.
right? So for me personally, my whole thing is I think I tell you guys all the time, I'm trading to pay off my student loans, right? So I'm like, all right, well, if I'm trading to pay off my student loans and I'm losing trades, well, Dennis, you can still pay off your student loans, but maybe you're not going to hit it at the end of the year. Now you're going to hit it next year. And I'm like, well, shit, well, damn, I don't want to hit it next year. So what I got to do, I got to take those 5%, maybe 10% profits each time. You know why? Because now that year turns into 6 months. That 6 months turns into 3 months. So I'm able to hit that goal quicker. But I tell you, if you want to be a full-time trader, quit your job today, be a full-time trader Monday, and see if you take profits. You will take profits at 5%, 2%, probably 1%.
That's my
Let's go.
Let's
go, Dennis.
There is no fallback.
I'll say this with taking profit and your why and all that stuff, man. I mean, it really does. I mean, it's helpful, and thanks, Jordan, for going there. It's just helpful because it is deeply personal. It's like I think you said one time before, Dennis, your relationship with money in general, and if that's your own source, that's your own source of income. Yeah, it makes a big difference. But even if it's not, and you understand your relationship with money, I used to work with a guy, like I said, he only traded like 4 lots with futures contracts all the time. He made a ton of money, but he was like, look, this is how I trade. That's it. That's my risk tolerance. That's my system. And that's it. And so for me, everybody's different. And one of the things I was printing out, like when we first started on today's call, was my risk sheet. And I sort of went through it with my wife and all that stuff. And for me, on the floor, off the floor, in my office, wherever, that's what makes me comfortable. That's like trading in a way that fits my personality, that makes me like, okay, I'm competitive, but I'm competitive in this way, and this is how I can win. And just win, set that goal, and small wins. Everybody's different. I'm not trying to knock it out the park. Quinn had said it in like a DM we traded back and forth. 1.8%. I'm long term, and if I can make 10 3% base hits in a day, that's 30%. If I could do that 5 times a week consistently, man, I'm tagging 3,000 week 1, 3,000 week 2, student loans paid off, vacation paid off, all this stuff by the end of the year, and then I'm done. And then I wash, rinse, repeat. So yeah, that's my why. And it's more systems. I like systems and things that I can count and track and So for me, it's like one big puzzle and putting the pieces together.
Man,
Exactly, bro.
I did not become
bro.
profitable until I took profits early.
Yeah.
You see my spreadsheets, I did not become profitable until I started taking my profits at 10, 15%. End of story. You see it now. I'm averaging 7,000 a month over the past 2 months.
Let's go.
So
Exactly.
I don't make the 50%, 40%, 100% that I see, because I stopped working 6 years ago and I did real estate, just flipping houses and stuff. Kind of get tired of that. So I took my 401, started doing this probably 6 months ago, and then I joined this group. And I rarely take over 10% because I don't want to risk. I'm not risking it because that's what I do now. I just do this.
Facts.
Yeah, exactly. It makes a big difference.
And I'm
And
learning.
it works for you. And it works for you.
Exactly. So I don't do the 40% because it's like I get it when I can because it might turn on me. I'm not that good yet.
Facts.
So I get it when I got it. You know what I mean?
The only time I'll hit a 40% is on a swing. If I wake up to it, that's it. But during the day, not happening.
My biggest win was UPST. It was a lotto.
205.
Yeah, I mean, you have that passive income, right? You have that real estate, so you have that cushion. But a lot of people don't have that cushion, right? They have desire, and they have this desire, and that's fine. And this mindset and this, life of being a full-time trader and be able the freedom, right? Buying back your freedom, which is great. There's nothing wrong with that. But with that reality comes a lot of responsibility that you may not be mentally, emotionally, physically prepared for, right? Because there is no, hey, I lost $5,000. Damn, I don't get paid, again, in 2 weeks. So I gotta figure out how to make this $5,000 back, So that's the difference, right?
I got a question for you, Dennis.
$3,000 and be like, all right, damn, I lost $2 or $3 grand. All right, that's okay. Cause I know I got a check coming in another week. So I'll just replace it. I got savings. I'm good. But you lose 10 grand. Damn, man, I don't got a check coming. You know what I'm saying? Now I gotta go in my savings that I don't really want to go into to replenish that 10 grand. Now I'm trading with that 10 grand. So now I'm more fearful because now I took this emergency that I didn't want to dip into to trade so I can have more income. And God forbid, like you lose that, you lose $5 grand of that. Man, that is
a question. So
with
you having that mindset that you have developed, right? And it's not like a secret or anything because it's shown in your character, and also you have brought it to light. You come from a well-off background. Well, sometimes I think that people that come from a well-off background forget to give themselves some credit. And the reason I say that is because, yes, you may have not started at the bottom of that rat race, but that mindset that you have developed, what have you done to gain that discipline to obtain and not obtain, you have obtained, but specifically maintain that mindset and success that you have gained in this life that you are maintaining?
I mean, for me personally, like, I learned, I take it back to like financial literacy, right? Like I learned that probably about maybe 2 years, 3 years ago, listen to different podcasts, reading books, investors, Peter Lynch, Warren Buffett, Ray Dalio, all the great investors, trying to escape the rat race, basically, right? And trying to understand of how the wealth maintains wealth and how they're able to keep the wealth, right? Because it's a difference of you getting wealthy and also maintaining that wealth. Like you can become rich overnight, but becoming wealthy is a different level, and maintaining it is a totally different discipline, right? So that's where it started for me. And then also, I always envisioned a particular life that I want to live, and I always had goals, and I always had a career mindset. So I always knew that, yeah, I think I'll be well off. But of course, I made a lot of mistakes in life when it comes to finances, this and that. But ever since joining this group, I realized the potential. I'm like, oh, and then I see Jordan. I'm like, damn, like he had the same mindset that I had at a young age, but I didn't have anybody to push me and motivate me to go like, hey, stay out, the streets, stay out the clubs, stay out all that other stuff that doesn't matter. Focus on this, right? So like, I definitely commend him for maintaining that mindset and that motivation at such a young age where there's so much distractions, so many obstacles in the way. He was able to get past that obstacles at a young age because you know, men, we don't mature until an older age, right? So for him, like seeing him and seeing the progress and the success he has made has humbled me. And I'm older than him, but has humbled me because I see the young me in him. And I'm like, damn, like, you know, that was me back then. I just didn't have no one to push me. You know, I didn't have nobody to teach me none of this financial literacy, none of this. Hey, you need to do this. You need to do that. I didn't have any of that. I had to learn all that on my own. I'm the first one in my family to go to college, first one to invest in the stock market, first one to even know what the stock market is. So like, you know, this was all self-made. And although it took me longer to develop that, you know, I'm glad that I have it now because it's better than now than later, right? And then like you join this Discord and you meet someone with Jordan with over 10 years experience. And he's like, I'm gonna show y'all how to get it in 2 years. I'm gonna give you the blueprint. And that's the difference. You know, if we had the blueprint at a younger age, then of course we would have been in a totally different, you know, perspective, totally different realm, right? But we have that information now, we have that knowledge now. So that's why, like, now it's kind of like the vital moment when it comes to like understanding financial literacy, understanding trading, understanding investing, because it's the entry level to wealth building. It's the easiest. You know, you got to think like people wasn't able to invest in the stock market like that 10, 20 years ago. To get a financial, to get a balance sheet from a company, you had to call a company and mail them a letter or request for a financial sheet, a balance sheet. And then they would mail you that, you know, a month and a half later to see that information. Now we have that information with the click of a button. So like, you know, seeing the transition from that till now and just joining this group and seeing you guys, like, you know, you guys are younger than me, just seeing like the progression. I'm like, damn, like, you know, that gives me the motivation and it gives me the hope. That's the drive and the push that I never had at a young age. So that's what keeps me going. You know, that's just for me personally, but that's kind of like my why. And I mean, you know, hope I answered that your question with all that.
No, you did, bro. Very versatile in your answer. Hats off to you, bro. Congratulations. On everything that you're doing, bro. And you know, as well, you're more than welcome. And as well as, you know, that you may look at Jordan or I or any one of the moderators in that light, in that God body, we also look at each individual in this group in that form as well, right? And we want to make sure that you guys are appreciated and know that we look at you guys in that light as well. And while we're, you know, bathing in this beautiful energy, I would like to also ask someone that didn't have the floor on the why is, you know, if Anthony can say some of his whys and what are his whys that keep him strong and disciplined in his trading and, you know, in his life as well. And after him, if Luther could give us some whys as well. I think you muted.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
oh, go ahead.
So for me, I guess I know some of us in here the same way as I'm like Dennis. My family, you know, we were poor. We come up and, you know, all we had was love, man. And Dad wanted me to go to college and be able to offer my family something that he couldn't offer me. And, you know, and you do that and you get this job and you realize that I'm just somebody, I'm just chained down to somebody and they determine my value by how much they pay me. And I can be the smartest computer guy in the world or the stupidest, and I get paid the same thing. And so that's something that kind of hits me, but it goes back to, you know, my parents, my family, taking care of them, making sure. My dad never knew to invest. He never put up anything Social Security. He never didn't knew any of that stuff. And so he retired, but it's a struggle. So I'm like, you know, my job ain't gonna cut enough for me. I've never looked at the stock market. The first time I got involved with Bitcoin, my company bought $30,000 worth of Bitcoin, the company I work for. Unfortunately, we bought it because we'd been hacked by a company, by a group of and we had to pay them 30,000 in Bitcoin to get our data back. And so I'm like, piss on Bitcoin, piss on crypto, man. Hey, that's a bad crap right there. And so, you know, I'm running IG, and I'm like everybody else. You get on, well, here what we do, man. Why don't we hit Instagram? Why don't we hit Facebook? Man, to make me, it's like drinking or smoking or anything else, man. I need to forget all my problems a little bit. Look at how everything's growing. And I see this IG here, Martin. Who was Martin Investment Group? 81% wins and 30 wins and 2 losses. I'm like, piss, man. You buy here, sell here. I was like, I can take orders. I'm married. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's a joke. But I get here and I start looking at this, and everything I've been in is a pyramid. Everything I've been in is whether it's Amway, my job, whatever. And so I get here and see that this, like, dude, this is legit. This is like, if I learn this and I dedicate my time to this, then I can be like Jordan, calling out plays and Moody as before the happening, you know? And so I'm like, dude, this really is something that can change my life. It can do something for my parents. It can do something for my siblings, their kids. And I mean, I'm a giver, dude. I mean, if you hear and I ain't got my dollar, I'll give you my dollar too, and I'll figure out something to eat later. That's just my personality, is to give. That's what I want to do. That's how I bless people, is give people stuff, man. And so for me, that's it, man. And so, you know, I'm just gonna be real honest, I didn't have the money to trade. And so didn't have money to send my girls to college. They, you know, they wanted to, me and Jordan had this conversation. So I'm gonna just be honest. I'm gonna be transparent. I love the Lord Jesus. I know he loves me, and my children felt like that's where God wanted them to go to college and ministry. And no matter how good their grades were, no matter how anything, you can't get financial support for that. So I had to go out and borrow $66,000 to send him to school, because that's I'm daddy. And so I'm playing with a little bit of that money. And so, you know, if I lose that money, then they don't go to college that 3rd year. Just honest, you know, or I go out and find a credit card. So that's, for me, is like, this has got to happen. And so, you know, I've had to, Moody made a comment a few weeks ago. He's like, if you get excited, it may have been Moody, may have been Jordan, it was somebody on a meeting we had, and he said, when you're taking those screenshots and excited about that profit, you still trading with emotions, because you're not looking at the chart out there. It's just another dime, another day. And when you feel bad, and I mean, you lose, you feel bad, I won't quit. So for me, it's just trying to make sure that I can take care of my parents. I want to get out of this rat race. My goal is to quit November of this year. That's my goal. To quit my job. I talked to Jordan the first time we called, and so anything I lose, it's not like Dennis was saying, I don't really have a savings. I'm just being honest. I'm not, you know, financial literacy. I'm Googling the piss out of it, because I never heard of that crap. My parents didn't know to tell me this. You know, there's things I have no idea about. So that's why I have to Google everything. So for me, it's I screw up, then I tell my kids, hey, baby, you can't go to school year 3. Or I can't fix your car, or I can't do that. And so that's it. And I'm gonna say this: the reason I haven't quit yet, the reason I haven't stopped, the reason I haven't thrown in, because I've lost a lot of money. And Bitcoin went to, it was a 74, no, 72, went to 80, went to 74. So that's pulled back. I threw 8,000 in, went to 44. I said, mother frigger. And so, but the reason I haven't quit is we see Jordan's good, but I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. There's a bigger picture there's this huge vision, man, just huge dream that Jordan's living out. And that's happening. And we get to be a part of this thing, man. We get to be a part of something uniquely special that I swear to you all the time. I tell people, we're going to be like, hey, look at there. I traded with him. That's where I learned. That's why we have this vacation. I'm not about money. I want to give people stuff, but I do want to take hey, let's travel. Let's do this. I really believe, man, that really, truly, I'll say this all the time. We are part of something way bigger, man. We making money, we having fun, we cutting up, but there's something way bigger happening. And like I tell Jordan, I want to be a part of it. I want to sit here and say, hey, I endured to the end with this thing, bro. We went from start to finish. We seen MIG, we seen MSC, didn't matter. Jordan come up and said, hey, look, I'm gonna just fix this. As long as you in my group, when you pay lifetime, you never pay again. People don't do that. And when you see and you hear Jordan a few weeks ago, Moody likes to expose the piss out of Jordan. I said, Jordan's gonna mute Moody, but Moody's like, Jordan ain't paying himself. Jordan, all these memberships, all we doing, Jordan ain't paying Jordan. Jordan paying Discord. John, he's paying Nashville Investors. He's paying Rob. He's paying it. He's bots. He's got this. He's bringing Pastor Prince in. He's bringing Eva in. And it's like, God dang, man. Jordan could take this money and run off like we watched other people do. I've been a part of groups and they taking money and they run with it. And that's different here. And it's not about me. It's about really, truly a young man saying, I have a gift from God and I can use it to make everybody's life around me better. And when I see that, I just want to be part of it. I just do. That's just me. And that's why I'm still here, man. And then you see these, man, Luther and Quentin and Raymond and D Wiz and Avery, all these get DC and everybody, Dennis, man, and just hearing everybody who they are. And like Quentin said, well, I go, man, it's not friends, we family. And so when I get down, I'm gonna get on here like I lost $771 a day, and I say, mother frig, I just got where I was making about $80 a day, and I looked at play day and I watched it, and I was like, are you gonna do this? And I'm like, well, you got to give it some time. Are you gonna do this? And I was like, God dang it, and really and truly, it's like, part of me is like, I don't even want to go in there tonight, man, because God dang. But you know what? I like talking about losses because you learn from my losses. You don't learn from my wins. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. That's my why. I have to, bro. I have to come here because now I'm looking at Luther. Now I'm looking at Quinn. I'm looking at Dennis and DC and you guys. And now it's like, it's not even about lifetime membership. It's about friendship. It's about family. It's about how to hold these guys up. Because I may be down, but guess what? When I'm gonna just, please, if you don't believe this, please forgive me. But when Moses was on the hill and they was battling, and they had Aaron on one side and her on the other, they said, hold his arms up, and they hold his arms up. And they did. We holding each other's arms up, bro. And when Quinn lost that money last week, when Luther lost that money last week, he said, it kicked my A for the last time. What do you do this week? As you know what I'm saying? So that's what we do, bro. It's like you ain't in this. I went through, y'all don't know this, probably. I went through cancer back in 2019. I found cancer in January 2019. They cut it out a week later. And my wife, they took the sign of Tombstone, White Earth Mall and walking, like when they were going to the OK Corral. And what they put on the shirt, they did a fundraiser for me. And they said, nobody fights alone. And I was like, And that's what this is. Nobody has a good or a bad day alone here. If you down, we down with you. We picking you up. We got you some wings. We're going to make you feel better. If you happy, you know what I'm saying? And so this is different, bro. This is different, man. So that's why I'm here, because it's not about a paid lifetime, not about anything. Don't matter anything about it. It's like there's a community here, bro, that's like, you can't fail. We ain't going to let you fail. I got your cell phone. Amen, I got your number. I'm going to call you. I'm going to text you. I'm going to aggravate the piss out of you. I know where you like Jordan. I know where you live. You going to get this thing with. So if I have to pick you up, put you on my shoulder, we're going to go up that hill, brother. So that's just the way it is.
Amen.
So I get talking. I like to talk, bro. I like to talk.
Beautiful.
And congratulations, Anthony. That was so beautiful, bro. Congratulations. And trust me, we're all climbing that mountain together, and we're all gonna move mountains together. So I promise you that. Luther, what
Oh,
you
yeah,
got
yeah,
to
yeah,
say?
yeah.
What's your wise, brother?
Y'all hear Luther, baby.
Let me say this, man. This is for me, you know, coming from what I have, like trucking thing. This is really tough on me, man. I ain't gonna lie. This is right here is very challenging, and you know, because I was sitting here for months. Like I made a commitment last year. I said, man, I'm gonna take a step back from trucking and learn this trade. And I joined this group about 3 months ago. Man, I was going crazy in here. And I was going crazy in here when I joined this group here. You know, I took a step back from actually just doing trading, just listening and trying to learn. And I learned a lot, and I appreciate everybody, you know, and I appreciate Moody definitely, because he's the first one that actually, like, you know, talked to me, was saying something to me that I can actually grasp, and you know, and when you going through this journey here, man, I want to pass on something to my son. I want my son, like, he come up here and ask, what is that, daddy? And I want to be able to actually, at some point, show him extracting money. He might not even grasp it at this time. But at some point, it's going to be like, dang, my daddy used to do this. My daddy had this trucking business. And he going to grasp things like that. And I want to pass it on to my wife, you know, because, you know, people only believe until when you can show it, you know, show that you can do this, you know. And I love, man, ain't nothing like the process, man. Like, I relate to trucking because my process, I went through the same thing. I'm like, man, about to quit. I'm like, dang, my truck about to last thing, you know, it's like one more breakdown, I'm out. So where I'm at now is like, man, that was worth it. That was worth it. So to be a part of this group here, and I say, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. And when I do get it, it's all because of Jordan, because all these things are rubbing off. And I really appreciate this so much, because this is my why. I want to pass this on to my son, because it's like I said again, it's a skill. It's a skill, man. They're like having a skill. I have a CDL skill. I want skills that I can get money anytime I want. If I want to trade for 2 weeks, I might make money to trade up. I'm tired of trading. I can get in my truck and extract some money. It's just another skill that you can have that just, you can never lose this skill. You can always share it with somebody else. And to talk to somebody else, man, that talk to people, you know, being in here by yourself and somebody holding you accountable and telling you, hey, man, you can't do this. It's just accountability. Man, this is the best thing that ever happened to me. I'm not gonna lie. And I consider myself somebody semi-successful. But man, this is right here. This is the ultimate mind game. This is the ultimate challenge. You and this screen, you and this chart, and to see what Jordan was doing tonight, man, I don't know what y'all think, but that's a special. That's when you talk about Michael Jordan, that is special. For him to do that, and I'm looking at the screen and we talking, I'm looking at this about he just doing this in real time. Man, that just, I want that skill. I want that skill. So that's why I appreciate everybody, and I wish everybody success. Everybody success, because we deserve it. We deserve it. We deserve it. And I always say this here, you put in the time, you get the results that you put in. You're gonna get the results you put in. And I'm gonna just say one more thing. I had a guy I knew today. He killed himself a few days ago. And we used to talk, and I was like, man, he was like, man, I'm gonna take time off. This money gonna always be here in trucking. I said, listen, when the money is good, when everything is good, you got to get out there and get the money. You got to grind, Because when things turn, you got to have something to fall back on. Trucking is terrible right now. So when the market went down, it has been going down, He lost all his money, ended up shooting at his wife and killing himself and his kids the other day. And this is what I tell you. We don't have. Before trucking, when trucking was going good, my mind started thinking, I need to get another skill. I need to get another skill to start making more different money. I took off November and December when trucking was booming, but I seen what was coming. And I said, man, if I don't get another skill, I'm gonna be broke. But I had my money saved, but I know dudes you got to have more skills to pay your bills. And that's a real tip. You gotta have more skills. And he killed himself, man, because he went broke. He went broke. He was living outside his means, doing all this stuff here. And it just hit home that I'm doing the right thing by not spending money. And I always say this, the greatest feeling in the world is knowing you can do anything you want. I can do anything I want, but I got the discipline not to. My wife say, why you don't buy a car? Because the gratification in me, I could go and buy one right now. But I got discipline not to. Every day I look at my credit score, 800. I can go and buy anything I want, just swipe the cards. I got 20 of them, but I got discipline not to. So that's my why. My why is I want to pass the skill on to my son. When he see these things here, it ain't even about the money, it's about the skill. Get your CDL, son. What your daddy did what your daddy used to do? He used to drive trucks and he trade. He was a good trader. He was a good investor. All these things here, these are things you can pass on. So I thank everybody. I thank Jordan. I thank Moody. I thank Avery. I thank everybody. Everybody that's in this group, because it's nothing like this, man. I needed this, and I know when I get that aha moment, I'm gonna remember all this process. This is the best process that you're going through, because when you start extracting money, because I know it's gonna happen, it's gonna be the best feeling in the world, because I can do it anytime, anywhere, in my truck, in Barbados, somewhere, whatever. But yeah, that's my why, man. I appreciate y'all, man.
Appreciate you as well, man. Thank you for all those why, man. That was beautiful. I was about to call you Big. I was thinking of somebody, but Luther, that was beautiful, and congratulations to you. You know, I'm gonna go from Luther and just talk about everybody real quickly. But before I do that, you know, I didn't hear much from Raymond. Raymond, if you don't mind, what are some of those whys and what are those things that you anchor to?
Well, what I like to see is all you young guys. I'm an older guy. I quit working 6 years ago and focused. I was a software engineer for years. I quit because I got tired of working. And I was doing flipping houses, making money flipping houses, got tired of that. Took that money in my 401k and started doing investing. I wasn't trading, I was an investor. So I have a whole bunch of stocks and all that bullshit. And then what I saw Jordan on IG. And I said, let me check this out. Then I started, I heard about options. I started reading some books on options and I learned options. And my why though is I just have a daughter. I want to be, she's older, she's probably in her 30s. She's 30, but she's my only child, so she's still my baby. When I go, I want her to have something. You know, because a lot of times in our culture, we always start at the beginning, all over again, but you want your children to start a step up. And that's what I want my daughter to do. Start up, don't have to start all over every time. So that, so when I quit working 6 years ago, I, like I said, did the real estate, and I started doing options. And what I do with my option money, I put it back into properties. So I started buying lots and building homes on these lots. So that's my generational wealth stuff. I'm doing this option trading so that I'm able to buy property, so that I'm able to pass on that property. Because that's what I want to build, that generational wealth. That's my mindset. So I don't just let it sit. I take that money and buy property, buy land, and put houses on land. I learned how to be a developer. So, you know, I'm continually learning. I just started developing and building homes this year. And it's just a continuation of learning new skills. Especially this stuff is really tough. This doing options is hard for me. I don't know why. Because as soon as you think you got it, you do something and the shit don't go your way. Because I follow Pastor, and I do his levels and all that shit. And then as soon as I try it, the shit don't go my way. So it's a continuous learning thing. And like I said earlier, I don't do the 40%, 50%. I do the 10 to 15% profits and get out. Because because this right now is my money, my income to do what I want to do. So basically my why is to have something to give to my daughter when I pass. And it's just, and then, like I want to say about this group, I like seeing all these young folks, all you young folks. See, I'm all grayed up, and I'm gray and bald. I'm not bald by choice, I'm bald by age. So it's just interesting to see young guys doing your thing and something different. Because I see, we've all seen the downside. We've all seen the other bullshit, but it's nice to see the positivity. And everybody's trying to continuous learning. And I started seeing a lot of this during the pandemic, actually. I started seeing groups like this pop up, which was really good because I think that we started learning. People out there trying to hustle, they started learning that shit's not forever. So I see a lot of people that was in the street at one time doing options now because it's still a hustle. So my thing, like I said, is just to be able to give to my daughter. I know I'm all over the place, but that's, my daughter is my why. To be able to give her.
Beautiful.
Hey, I don't know if y'all heard what he said, but I heard when he say he's a developer, the first thing come to my mind is, yeah, I got to get with him. I got to get with Raymond.
You guys,
because he has a skill. Y'all got to listen to me. I don't know if y'all went over y'all head, but he said,
we all heard it.
Just learn.
For sure.
I heard it. I mean, I know. I know.
Any of you all live in Atlanta?
Huh?
Yeah, there's a lot of us.
Okay, you go down to if you go to Ashwood Avenue, I got four houses I'm building down there. My first 4 houses, and I got it through doing.
Absolutely, yeah. Jordan is actually coming to Atlanta to do some business meetings and business ventures this weekend. He'll be somebody and me and a lot of other people in the Discord that you could connect with. And definitely, yeah, we're definitely listening, Luther. And
I'm in California though, but I invest in Atlanta because it's cheap.
Okay, awesome,
yeah.
Awesome. So one thing that I would like to say, I see Lauren has came to the screen. I wouldn't want to put Lauren on a spot because Lauren doesn't like to be put on the spot. So I wouldn't do my family like that. But one thing that I would like to say is when Dennis brought something up earlier in this conversation, I am Jordan, don't worry. When Dennis brought something up in this conversation, earlier in this conversation, we were talking about Elon Musk, and he was talking about something very, very important about, the billions that they made from the ideas that they planted, right? But he was getting to something very specific about understanding that it wasn't the money, it wasn't the focus on the materialistic things, but the focus on the change that he wanted to create, these people wanted to create, and right, for other people, for them, or for their families. Mm-hmm. One thing that I heard here, each individual person, right, that spoke on their whys, spoke on those natural intentions of why you want this. And it's all selflessness. It's not for yourself. Everything that you guys wanted was to leave for your offspring or leave for your family. When you're doing things of that nature, that those intentions manifest quickly because you have a lot of emotions and power to that, right? Because if your daughter, if your wife does something, if they're ill, if they're sick, or if they're happy, that changes your state of mind. That increases your confidence or whatever may be
be going on, right? So you can utilize that energy and those thoughts and always trigger back to, hey, not like, hey, I want to do this for my wife. Think in the nature of, I may not live tomorrow. I need this for my daughter. Because when you think of that nature, that's like thinking of Jordan's why. What was Jordan's why? And it was very pinnacle. I need to do this to survive. Those deep reasons. If Moody chooses to create his own discord, I am not dependent on Moody.
That's good, bro. That's good.
I am giving Moody an opportunity.
Yeah.
I will sit here and create and find opportunities for other like-minded individuals, right? And why is that happening for him? Because of the intentions of his whys for his parents. We remember his whys. He gave us those other whys. We just asked him for the deep meaning, right?
Yeah.
Letting us know, like, hey, if this Discord goes down, or if each one of these moderators decide to go do something, I know I can do this myself and stand on my own 2 feet. And that is so beautiful. Why? Because that's what you want to implement in yourself. Non-dependent on someone. Regardless if you're a female or you're a male, when you have that mindset, you also mix it in with mindfulness, right? And when you mix it in with mindfulness, you win every single time. You win every single time. The reason why is because how you win in this life that we have is by helping others, by loving each other, and just doing selfless acts. The one key thing is we will continue to learn lessons. You know how you say, well, I keep attracting friends that are negative. Well, I keep attracting a spouse that cheats on me. Well, I keep attracting a business owner that just does me shady. Change your way of thinking. Once you change your way of thinking, you attract something different. Because if you're saying those things like I keep attracting that is what you're focusing on. If you change your focus to this is what I want to focus on, and you start to act that way, it comes to you automatically. If someone is disrespecting you in life, or if you feel like I do not like this relationship, and it can be a friend, a best friend, a spouse, but you don't have to leave the relationship, but at least acknowledging, hey, when you say this makes me feel like this. I am entitled to feel how I'm feeling. You may not be wanting to make me feel like this, but this is how I feel, right? And that's where respect starts coming in. Because when you have respect for people, you automatically have love for people. You have understanding. If you have understanding, you have peace. If you have peace, that's the absence of what? Distractions, of ignorance, of all of that, because you have understanding. So all you have to do is try to understand things, overstand it, and then understand it within self. How does it feel within you? You see how you feel so comfortable right now? Raymond said shit a few times. He feels comfortable. When you feel comfortable, anything can happen. Why? Because you trust. Everything manifests out of trust. Why? Because you're allowing yourself the experience of this life. This is all experience. It's happening for us. It's not happening. Look at what time it is. It's 2:44. You think it's coincidence that we're all on the same frequency and we're pushing to be great? Good night, Lauren. Oh, Lauren, before you leave, I will put you on the spot. I won't ask you for a why, but you're like a fossil, right?
A what?
A beautiful, you're like a fossil.
A fossil?
Right? And when I say, yes, and when I say a fossil, you're someone that's been around Jordan and was able to see his process before a lot of us members, before a lot of us. So can you tell us what are your whys on why you stuck by Jordan's side and why you continue to help build and do the selfless acts that you continue to do on screen and off screen?
That's a good one, Moody. So yeah, I've been training with Jordan since he had another Discord. He was the only educator, the only analyst, the only support team, the only anybody. And he was working his 9 to 5. And I felt like his dedication to us as a group was incredible. He would work from 9 to whenever. He would be calling trades. He would be having Sunday Zooms and teaching us and answering all of our questions. And when I was looking around for a place to like land to learn how to trade, he was one of the only moderators or Discord owners or investors or traders or educators that actually clearly cared about his students and also was so available. A lot of people have a lot of ego. You can't talk to them. You can't ask them any questions. They don't make jokes. They definitely don't remember your name. And they really, to be quite frank, don't give a shit about you. But Jordan's energy was so clearly pure and from the Lord. I'm being honest. And I felt like I was just really impressed with him as a young Black man to accomplish so much and to be so dedicated that I just felt like I needed to help out and support him, because I just support people like that and hope that they continue to bless people. And I feel like he was such a blessing to my life. He has taught me something that no one can ever take away from me, especially as a Black woman, that I won't have to be in positions and situations that I've been in before. I'm divorced. That was really scary, to just be out on my own and not know, like, not that I couldn't fend for myself, but I needed something that I know that I could always fall back on, because that's a situation I never want to get myself into. I don't ever want to be scrambling to pay for a lawyer and to pay for my student loans and to find a place to live and to get a new car because my car is taken, my house is taken, everything. Also, what was different about his heart is that he made it clear from the beginning that he wasn't doing this for money, like that. He's doing it because he needs to, one, he was going to retire himself, and then he retired himself like 2 years earlier than he said he was going to, which just adds more to his genius. And that he wanted to be able to move his grandma out of her neighborhood and to also be able to retire his mom. And that's stuff that I want to do for my parents. You know, like, my parents are on and off sick, and I just want to know that I can take care of them. I want to know I can take care of my kids, my future kids. I don't want to pay my student loans. I don't ever want my children to worry about where money is coming from. And I don't want them to have to rely on taking out gazillion dollars of student loans or doing whatever it is. Like, I always want them to have something to back up on. So and what he really cared about the community. When I joined the Discord and it was just Jordan, like, it was Jordan 24/7, it was only $10. He was charging $10 a month for his knowledge, access to him. It was just wild. And so me and another OG member, just one day we were just like, he raised the price to like 50, from 10 to 50 one month. And people were like wilding out, and we were like, yo, what is wrong with you? Have you lost your mind? And me and another OG were like, we don't care how much this Discord ever goes up, we're always gonna pay it. And that's when I knew I wasn't going anywhere. Jordan taught me to trade from the beginning. Like, just, I sent you guys the first chart I ever posted to Jordan to review. And he taught me so much that, like, when he said at one point, he was like, you know, there's other Discords out here, you guys go and learn from wherever. but he taught me so much from the beginning that when I came back and I traded some other things and did some other stuff, he said, who taught you that? I didn't teach you that. Where'd you learn that? How'd you, who taught you that? Because that's how much he has built me up. And then on a personal note, one of the things that really solidified the fact that I was staying here was that you know this, and I'm pretty open about it. I get really bad bouts of depression sometimes. And so there was a time where I think my aunt had died from COVID. And then one of my childhood best friends had also died. And I just kind of like fell off the radar I wasn't thinking about anybody. I wasn't thinking nothing. And I go to my Instagram and then I get this message from Jordan and he's just like, yo, where are you at? Where have you been? Like, I was like, he even noticed that I'm missing. He was just like, me and my dad, because I was the one who started putting like suns on everybody's good morning. That's why my sun icon is there. And he was like, yo, me and my dad tried to put the suns on everybody's good mornings. It was too much. Like, where are you? But just the fact that they cared. And, you know, sometimes you'll even see Rod in the Kroger chat. If I'm gone too long, he'll be like, wellness check. Has anybody seen Lauren? And that means the world to me. So Jordan's my family. Whenever he comes into town, all my friends and family knows like it's Jay here, because he has permanently changed my life. And I'm not ashamed to say that. Like, he's one of the best people I've ever met.
And with you just saying that, Lauren, I just want to piggyback and I just want to say something real quick. Where everyone's wise and things of that nature, they had something to say about Jordan, right? Whether it's a moderator, whether it's Moody, I've said plenty of great, beautiful things about Jordan. One thing that I learned about success and looking at a root situation is you can look at how many people are successful around someone, right? But listen to the main thing that you hear. Jordan gave me this opportunity. Jordan did this. Jordan did that, right? So the reason I do these things is for everyone else, right? For their own encouragement and for their own growth, right? And so you can hear your own self speaking that life and positivity into yourself, but also for Jordan, right? Because some people that are successful, and not some, majority of most successful people, they hear, hey, can I get this help? Or hey, can you teach me how to do this? Or hey, I was having trouble with this. Or hey man, I know you're probably busy, but this happened, you know what I'm saying? And not so many times do you get to hear the things that you're creating, right? Because you're so focused, just like we're so we keep that microphone glass on our trays and we don't see our progression within 2 weeks or 3 weeks because we're just looking at what just happened today. Successful people are doing it even worse. And that's why you see him always like, oh, should I jump on a Zoom or this? You know what I'm saying? It's because there's someone out there that needs help. There's gonna be a new member that's gonna say, you know what, let me tap into this. Let me jump on this live. And you're gonna be able to help someone else that's new. And the great thing about this is tell a friend, tell a friend. Yeah, we're promoted, but word of mouth is so much better because this is what people want to hear. People want to see the difference. People want to see Raymond changing his life and applying this. And they're going to be like, man, if Raymond can do it, I can do it because it's tangible to them, right? So it's always great to let people know the things that you're doing. Don't always be scared of, oh man, I might tell this person this and he may learn it quicker than me. You know what I'm saying? Don't let that bother you. When you feel that jealousy is negative and positive. There's good and evil to everything. Whenever you feel that jealousy itch, that's just a trigger to let you know, like, hey man, I want that. Go get that shit. Go get it. Don't desire what that man wants. Find your why. Dig deep inside and say, you know what, I want that. And shoot for it. You know what I'm saying? And yes, Jordan gives, oh, appreciate that play. Thank you for this. But those are thank you for that. You know what I'm saying? When people hear those thank you for, man, I appreciate you because you keep me up at night to study. The things that you're doing, these Zooms, I appreciate it. Because when he hears those words like that, it allows him to continue to have that energy to pour into you guys. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I always say, regardless of the fact that you may think I'm dope on the charts or a dope individual, you wouldn't know me or have access to me if it wasn't for Jordan. But that's all I'll say.
I got one last thing to say, folks.
Beautiful energy. Did y'all
Let's get. We need to get
What-
DC on it. We need to get DC on the line, man.
DC.
Let's go, DC. My bad to cut you off, my brother.
It's all good. So like one of the things I'll say, like from a why situation to now and like all of this stuff, for me, just looking back, like finance was never my thing, but it became my thing. It was plan B. In hindsight, like I'll just take it all the way back to middle school. Like I got into music and all of that stuff. In high school, I was in the drama club and the dance team, and I was drum major, marching band, and all this stuff. Played trumpet, so I used to rap and produce. And the first part of my life was all about music. When I went to school, I majored in engineering so I could build my own studio. And then I played around a little bit too much, didn't do that well, and so ended up having to change my major, but I still like numbers. So I was like, well, you know, I'll finance my music endeavors. And so that was it. It was never really about trading. And so like when I went to Chicago, although I was on the trading floor, I didn't take it serious. And so I worked there, I traded, but I didn't take it serious because I was focused on music. I spent all of my time trying to break into the music industry up until I went to business school. And so that was like, you know, years ago. And so for me, my why with trading has been just to, and with Jordan even, like he just, when I met him, I was just trying to get back to what I should have done back then. And I don't know if it's what I should have done back then per se, because music was my focus and maybe it just wasn't my time to be like the next Kanye. I don't know, but you know, who knows? My stuff was dope, by the way. I'll let y'all hear it one day. But
please do. I used to make music, bro. I was a rapper. I still be rapping, but
nice. Yeah. We gotta talk. I'll send you some stuff. But yeah, like I was trying to find my way back and find my way in general. And I don't know, try to reclaim some part of like a lost me that it could have been, and invest better, trade better. And, you know, obviously I talked about earlier, pay off student loans, take my wife on a vacation, do all these things legacy wise. But like when I met Jordan, he was like, bet. And we had a conversation. I think I mentioned it to you guys the very first time we talked. He was like, why? Like shorten your timeline. And then ever since then, it's just like that constant push. And when I tell you, like I went through a period sort of similar to Warren, where I was like, well, yo, like I just went through so much stuff after I got out of business school. It was like really rocked my confidence. And like my parents passed away in 2020. My dad died like in June of 2020. Then my mom died in August, 2 months later. And so I was like, my goodness. My manager like had left like 2019. Before that's like a 2-person team. So I was just running the finance shop, and my mom got sick. And then fast forward, dad got sick. It was unexpected. He passed and she passed. Then in 2021, my best friend from childhood. We've been friends since we was like 5. He passed away. You know, it was like, my goodness. And so by the time I met Jordan, it was like, ooh, I was reserved to make 2020 the year where things just all come together. And he didn't know any of this. He was like, bet. And just the communication skills, I think more than anything, the trading skills. I was like telling him this all the time, like, yo, like the push to communicate. Like, I haven't communicated this much with anybody in like 2 years, almost 3 years, for various like life reasons, but going from extreme extrovert to like introvert hermit back to this, because Jordan's like, well, why not? Why, you know, let's do this. And so like, I'm reaching out to people, making phone calls, doing this, that, and the third, stuff that I would like never do or like haven't done in like years. And it's just reaching different new heights and elevating to levels from a communication perspective that, you know, sometimes you don't see in yourself, but when you're around somebody that's like constantly pushing or constantly trying to get to that next level, even though they're so much younger than me, it just keeps going. Then it said something earlier today. He was like, you know, apply pressure. I'm like, well, yeah, I mean, that's one of the things I love so much about the group. All of y'all do that, everybody in their own unique way. And it just, I love it so much. And it just continues to bring me back over and over and over again so I can learn from each one of y'all. I mean, it's just, it's refreshing. It's motivating. And my wife was like, you hopping on tonight? I'm like, yes.
It's divine. It's divine, yes. Isn't it? When you could be like, man, how long has this Discord been open? How is it? How can you continue to top the last MSC? That was 7 hours. Like, how can, it's divine. It's not. It's not us. It's God.
Yeah. I just want to say something, because like, especially when DC, bro, I'm a big fan of yours, bro, because like, I mean, this is, you know, this is not like racially driven or anything like that, but like the knowledge and the understanding of financial literacy in the stock market in general. I mean, you see the TV shows, right? CNBC, we all see it, right? We see the people on these shows and this and that. And it's not a lot of people like us that's breaking this financial game down and the stock market game down, breaking it in layman terms that we understand, right? You turn on the TV and you hear these guys talk, and, you know, they use this terminology that a lot of people may not be familiar with, right? You may not understand it, but when you come on here, and then when you came on, DC, and you're able to, you know, break the same information that they're saying into layman terms, into information that we're able to understand, like, that is a gift in itself, bro, because like, we wasn't privileged to this game. We wasn't privileged to understand this financial stock market, right? Like, you know, it's a reason why information like this is in books, right? Because, you know, theoretically, we don't really read books, right? And then when we do read the books, we don't understand the terminology that's being used, and that's for a reason. But for you to work in that environment and be around that, and to take that knowledge and that information and then bring it here to a group of people and to break it down in layman terms that we understand is a gift in itself, bro. And like, just like Jordan has that gift and bringing that opportunity to this group, that's something that you have done as well. You know, that's why, like, I'm always a big fan and appreciate you coming on, because that's something that I always wanted to learn, but I never had anyone to really break it down, you know, to those terms and break it down like, hey, this is what it actually means, versus me trying to figure it out, you know, from a fundamental standpoint, because a lot of guys are technical, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But I like that fundamental aspect because that's something that that's what I learned first, right? So I'm always going back to that. And to hear you talk that and to explain that, it's just like refreshing. It's like, yeah, we made it. Like, yeah, we here now. Like, we gonna be all right. And
much
DC,
appreciated,
before,
man. Much
Yeah.
appreciated.
DC, before you go, because I admire when you start speaking, and I feel like you about to go and just give us some beautiful knowledge on it. And we want that. Even if you wasn't gonna do that, we definitely want that. But I believe that Sam J has something to say. He said in the chat that he wanted up next. Go ahead, bro. You have the floor. A young man wants to speak. Let's hear from the young man.
How's it going? I just want to say that I joined this group probably like maybe two months ago now, but I originally found it off of a live he was doing with like for taxes with traders on Instagram with a lady, and I went on there to his Discord. I mean I remember seeing him keep posting that we on live still, like at 11 o'clock at night. I'm like, okay, I was looking for things to just keep on learning because sometimes you learn, but then it kind of feel like you're getting old, kind of saying repetitive stuff. So now I came to join it, and from that I was on there till like I think I joined, and it happened to be like that 10-hour Zoom. And I was there all night, and it was just amazing how he would answer your questions. He had time for everybody. It was just so much information, so much like teamwork and group work, and honestly, even if you didn't even pay for the membership, just the free stuff alone, you could go so far off of this group chat, off of this group. This group is actually really amazing, and I learned a lot, and I'm happy to stay. Definitely. There's nothing else. I don't believe nothing else can really compete. He has set the bar super high.
God bless that beautiful angel in the background, bro. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you for real. And that's why I always say is just hats off to Jordan, and we definitely, every moderator on here definitely appreciates the flowers and when you include us and things of that nature. But it's always important to understand that and have that visualization of what the plug is, right? Because that's what everybody wants to become. You want that source of information, right? So you have to understand these 10 years of experience of him being in the market, and then, the things that Jordan does is how he was able to, find each individual and know what to do. Even though I didn't want to be a moderator and stuff like that, he pushed me to do it. And even when I was an analyst and doing classes, he saw something in Moody. And he's, you know what, back away from doing that and do this a little bit more.
I think we lost Moody for a little bit.
Yeah, I think his phone died.
Yeah, probably died.
Man, come on.
Man.
All right, Quinn, you up next.
You up next, bro.
Quinn, let's go, bro.
You gotta throw in your why, bro.
We love it, bro. We love to hear from you.
Oh man. So I mean, for me, I'm just a numbers guy. So like I said, I'm 39. I'm a physical therapist. I've been executive director. I've managed companies. So I've done all those things. So from a financial standpoint, that's something that always came natural to me. So I've been investing since 2010, 2011-ish. So from a long-term standpoint, my family's good. I got my girl set up. I got 2 daughters, married 12 years in October. So from a long-term perspective, we're good. I got funds. I got everything set up for them. They'll be multimillionaires by the time they're, so that part of their life is set. So for me, I was just trying to find a way to just honestly make more money and get more freedom. I love my job. So like, I'm a therapist, so I set my own schedule. I see my patients during the day. I trade in the morning. So it was just another way to say, okay, well, how can I just make more money each month and just grow wealth? So that's what it was for me, because I've done the family things for my kids. So from that standpoint, I felt good. So I'm like, okay, cool. So what's next? And then I randomly found this, like I said, on IG. I saw the group. I was getting into options because I did some stuff last year, but not the day trading. So I saw his IG, started following him, man, and jumped into it. And really, it's just been going well ever since. And the cool thing about this Discord, obviously, is just a family feel. From the beginning. I mean, I feel we've all been family. We just talk every week. We build with each other and we help each other grow. So my why isn't as deep as you guys is. I love that, man. Like Fry, Luther, like all you guys, man, like it's beautiful, man, because I think we all naturally want something better for our family and for our kids. So naturally, whatever you can do to make that a reality, you're gonna do. So investing and trading is just a way to free up your time, give the financial freedom that everybody wants. So it's like, it was a logical next step for me. So my why is just, honestly speaking, my family's set up. I just want to make as much money as I can to get more free, if that makes sense. I've done a lot of cool things for my parents. I also have a web series called The Free Game, Financial Talk, which I talked about maybe like 2 or 3 weeks ago here. But about 2 years ago, I actually started telling people how to invest, long-term index funds, top companies, all those things, free game. So when I saw Jordan was doing a lot of this stuff for free, I'm just like, man, that's kind of what I do already. I'm just giving out this information because we weren't given this information mostly, right? Growing up, like our parents weren't investors. Like my uncle literally told me about investing because he was an airline pilot. So he was like, listen, when you're done with therapy school, look into investing. I'm in school. He would send me smart money magazines, clippings of investments, index fund stuff I had no idea about. So he was spoon feeding me this stuff. So that's how I got my start with investing for the long term. And it's changed my life. It's changed my family's life. I mean, forever. Like my children's children will be fine because of the things we're doing now. So I started the Free Game Talk just to say, hey, this information was given to me for free by my uncle. I'm giving the information out for free here. So I literally started that a couple years ago. I know I have about 700 to 800 families that follow the information that I give there. So getting with Jordan, seeing his heart, the way he just does things, I'm just like, man, like it's kind of like we're kind of the same in a way in terms of just caring for people, just giving out the information. So it's just no brainer, man. So I locked in from jump, learned the craft, found what's worked for me. And now my thing is now I'm trying to help members in the group be successful the way I am thus far. You know what I mean? So, and I don't want to make it seem like I got it figured out because I don't, but I hopefully, because I've gotten a lot of DMs, I talk to a lot of the members, like they reach out to me because they see the success, and I'm just trying to help walk them through this process too. So now in my own way, he's given to me from the group, right? I'm learning, I'm growing. So now I'm giving back to any member that's willing to reach out to me to pass the game on to help them do the same thing. So to make a long story short, like Moody would say, man, I naturally gravitated towards helping people because that's what I did before I even joined this group. And now within the group, as I've helped myself, I'm also going to continue to help more members coming up grow. And that's really been a cool thing to see so far. So, man, I'm locked in, man. And like you said, every Friday night I'm here. My wife don't even gotta ask; she know where I'm at. So, yeah, man, we locked in.
Appreciate that, bro. I like to hear that.
Oh, beautiful. I'm about to jump off. I had got cut off. I don't know what happened, but I'm about to jump off here
Yeah,
soon
man.
as well. But I just want to say thank you to all of you guys. Truly appreciate you guys. Y'all could be anywhere in the world. I got that from Jay-Z, but y'all chose to be here. Right. But long story short, got Jordan. What you doing back there, bro? But what you would call it? Know what I'm saying? Got the light shimmering in the back. I don't know what's playing back there. But long story short, truly appreciate everybody, man, and you know I appreciate you to the fullest, Jordan. Everybody, man, truly appreciate y'all, man. I'm lost for words because it's beautiful to just hear everybody's why and testimonial and just, you know, the love that they have for MSC, but especially the love that they have for Jordan, right? It's amazing, man. And let's continue to, you know, grow with each other, learn from each other. And, you know, like Quinn, perfect example, you know, like you just go for it. And when you want to help people, you just help people. Like he said it, like he finds himself similar to Jordan on just like giving away this information. Why? Some people, you know, don't even want to tell people or break it down all the way because it's like, why? I don't understand why. Because I'll just be like, well, are you
Crazy.
scared that that person's gonna learn? That's the whole point, right?
Yeah.
Do you want them to hit you up all the time and be like, yo, this and this and that? You want to teach that person how to fish and they could fend for their own, right? It should make you happy to want to see that you have changed a woman or a man's life and now they can provide differently for their family. That should bring happiness to your heart. You know what I'm saying? So you hit a key point when you said that. And, you know, why not help people? Why not give? What does it hurt? It hurts more to put somebody through pain or misery, and you lose so much more energy.
It's sad,
You know
man.
what I'm
It's
saying?
sad, man. It's
Yeah.
like if you got information, man, and you're not sharing that because you know that information isn't available to a lot of folks, so they don't even know about index funds or just long-term stuff, man. If you got that information and you don't, you have an obligation. Like I have a duty to make sure,
Facts.
anybody that follows me
Exactly.
on Facebook or whatever, at least know, man, if I put $100 a month into index fund for my kid, they'll have a couple million by the time they've six, you know what I'm saying? Just that little simple information, that little simple piece right there would change the mindset so that now you feel good about your life because I know I can leave my kid with something for $100
But
a month. So if you're
keep
not
doing
sharing
that,
that
Quinn.
information with people, it's like, man, like it's insane.
Keep doing that, Quinn, because you know what you know the generational curse that you're breaking?
Oh, for
The
sure.
crab mentality.
Yep.
Because when you're putting it out to your Instagram and to your Facebook, you're not scared of what somebody's gonna judge you for. And as long as 2 people find out and they start sharing it because it changes their lives, that's
it.
all that matters. It's about climbing on each other's back and pulling each other up until
Yeah.
the last one is out of there.
And I literally thought about that. I was driving in my car one day. This is back November 2020-ish. And I was like, man, like, because I would put stuff on Facebook, just like small things here and there. I was like, man, I'm going to do a web talk, just a web series, maybe 8-10 videos where I'll walk you through talking about inflation, dollar cost average investing, budgeting, all those things, lump sum versus, dollar cost average investing. All these things is to walk you down a path to say, ultimately get you to the point to where if you do this amount per month, for this amount of time, 10, 11% return over long term, you can literally change the outset of your generations of your family to come. So when I tell people, like, listen, I don't care how much money you make. If you do this right now, you can almost ensure almost 99%, because if you look over the stock market over any 40-year period of time, if you did $200 something a month, you will end up with multi-millions at the end of it. Every single 40-year span, studies have shown it. There's almost like there's 0% chance you're going to lose all your money. It's like it's never happened. So I'm just like, if you know this information and you do this and you say, okay, I can make sure my grandchildren, my great-grandchildren have millions of dollars based off a couple $100s a month because I do it, then I show my kids how to do it, they do it, then it's like you're changing your entire family's generations. So when I tell people, by the time we're done, my family's probably going to have $50 million. And I'm not afraid to say that, but it's just because of time and how compound interest works. You can do it too. You just got to have the discipline to do it. So like, I just give that information out, man. Like I just, like I said, it's just so easy. So now the options is changing my whole viewpoint because now I can show a different way. I'm I still got to learn it more, but like long-term investing, dollar cost averaging on top of trading, oh man, it's out of there.
It's a wrap.
It's a
It's
wrap.
a wrap. But I know I'm a call it a night. But before I call it a night, just want to make sure, Jordan, you got any last words or want to close anything out? You know what I'm saying? I'm not about, bro. I know you about to start driving soon. So
Do we have a class tomorrow?
Class
Do we have
a Zoom? A Zoom in a Zoom?
It is tomorrow,
maybe
bro. It's 3 o'clock.
tomorrow Saturday. There might be like a going through the Discord zone.
Yeah.
All right. Tenfold. Man, good night to everybody, man. And I love y'all, man. I appreciate everybody,
y'all
man.
for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Good night to everybody, man. It's definitely a great night.
Good night.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
There's one at 9.
brothers.
Watch list at 9, and there's a 4X at 12.
Go to sleep, Fry.
Bro, I'm gone, bro.
Yeah.
You see what Jordan has created? All right, peace out, everybody. Peace out, DC.
All right, y'all have a good weekend, man.
All right,
Good
yeah.
night,
Yeah, we as well.
everybody.
All right, peace out, man.
Peace.